Welcome back if you've been here before. If you haven't, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be continuing a very long story that I had started back around Halloween. It is a Reddit no sleep story called My Romantic Cabin Getaway. I had read all the way to part 11, so it's 16 parts. I'd read until part 11, and then I don't know what happened. I just felt like, it was a very holiday spirit vibes, and I just wasn't feeling inspired to read it, to be honest. But now I'm sort of feeling that vibe, kind of wanting something spooky. It's the new year, Christmas is past. So, anyways, my point is I'm going to be reading part 12 today, and this is from a really popular Reddit no sleep series, which basically they're scary stories that seem like they could potentially be real. They seem very realistic. So I'm gonna read that. But first, I'm gonna pour myself a fun little beverage. So I have these. I get these. When they're on sale at Sprouts or Publix. They're plant-based tonics, and this one. This one is called Turmeric Radiance, and each tonic has a different purpose health-wise, and this one is to reduce inflammation and optimize digestion. Love that. I recently got back from a cruise, so more alcohol, more bad foods, but it was worth it. Okay. So then the ingredients, I just keep looking because my eyes look like they're sparkling, but I think it's because of this candle here. So I'm like, what is that in my eyes? Yeah. Okay, so, but anyway, so it has ginger root, turmeric root, orange peel, lemongrass, lemon verbena, cinnamon chips, cardamom, coriander seeds, mace. That's weird. Mace, cloves, and Madagascar vanilla. Okay, and then I have some ice in my new cup. So I'm gonna put it in there. We shall see. We shall see how it tastes. That's interesting. Okay. Also, another thing that I'm gonna do in these videos before we start, and this is kind of another reason why I didn't always do these, is this is gonna sound weird. Okay. So, I believe in energy and that things, stories, people, situations carry certain energies about them, and if we're not careful, when there's an imbalance of negative over positive, it can really influence your environment, is what I believe. And so with these stories, when they're really scary, I had this weird feeling that that energy would just kind of be stagnant in where I live. I don't know. So I Palo Santo, and it grows in South America. So for centuries, Palo Santo translated to mean holy wood. It has been burned as an energy cleanser. The ritual comes from Incan tradition that says the smoke from the wood burned during spiritual ceremonies is medicinal. So it's similar to smudging with sage. And like sage, South American shamans believe burning Palo Santo had similar properties, capable of resetting energy that was tainted by negativity or conflict. It is also thought to neutralize issues before they ever start. It even has the power to attract sacredness and benevolence to space. So, anyways, I thought I'd burn some of that before I read the story. And some sage. First Palo Santo, though. Okay. It has a really nice, musky smell to it. So I'll just let it spread through. Yeah. It smells nice. Spread out. Okay. So we got that. And then I will also burn some sage, which does a similar. Has a similar purpose. Oh, you can't really see. There we go. So sage, clear out any of those negative, stagnant energies. Okay. So now that we have that going, I'm also going to brush my hair because that has been highly requested. And my hair is kind of knotted, so. I'm trying to decide if I should put my hair in a braid or not. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay. Oh yeah, and this is a new bracelet that my mom got me. I love it. It's rose quartz. And I also have a rose quartz right over here too. Okay, let me focus on braiding my hair. That's one thing, like, having long hair has a lot of benefits. There's some bad aspects to it too, but one benefit is that you can, like, braid your hair. You can put it up. You can do so many things with it. I love it. And my dog just got in here, even though I have a little fence. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, of course you can see the dream catcher, very on theme. And then I'm wearing some feather earrings. Let me get it. And here's Theo, my puppy. He wanted to say hello. What do you think? Now we're gonna read Scary Story. You look so cute. Oh, we love our belly scratched. Yeah, he loves attention. Do you want to keep hanging out here? Bro. Okay, looks like you're contemplating going back down. What do you think, guys? You think he wants to stay up, or do you think he wants back down? Okay, maybe we can hang out here while we start it, okay? Okay. Alright, so part 12. A lot of Redditors have mentioned that since I retrieved Faye's ring from the creepy dreamcatcher, it's possible that it's been cursed. After all, the ring was given back to me. It could be what is causing the new disturbances around my house. So Faye and I have decided to take the long trek back to Pikes Peak, from whence the evil ring came, and destroy it by throwing it into the mine at the top of the mountain. We've gathered a fellowship of 7 other people to help us on this journey. Just kidding. Why has he been doing weird jokes like that? It's been a while. Do you want to be brushed? I'm just fixing my hair. Okay. He's been doing weird jokes like that are kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Anyhow, okay. So, just kidding, but seriously, a lot of people have speculated that the ring is now the problem. I am taking this into consideration, but Faye is not willing to part with it right now, seeing as how she just got it back. But if the entity seeking Faye did curse the ring and got me to break the dreamcatcher to retrieve it, it is even more clever than I could have anticipated. More on this to decide to make a move. We had a professional carpet cleaning service come out yesterday and try to tackle the puke stain situation. The guy told me over and over, that's not vomit. I can get vomit out. I love you too. Okay. It took him a long time, but he finally managed to get most of the stain off the carpet in the living room and recommended we get checked out at the hospital. I told him we already had. Some parts of the carpet are still spotted and ruined. He gave me a discount. The wall on the stairwell is another story. The guy took one look at it and said we needed to paint it, but I insisted the stain had to be removed before doing so. He told me to strip and sand the wall, or he could come back and do it on his day off for a small fee. Alright, you're going down. I can tell he wants to get down. Okay. Just trying to fix my hair. Okay, for a small fee, I told him I'd take care of him. He made an exorcism joke and left. I was not amused. Faye came home very excited yesterday. She got a promotion at her job. We celebrated by going out to dinner at her favorite steakhouse. I'm having deja vu. She ordered her normal meal, thank God, and had a few drinks. I don't drink at all, so I was DD for the evening. When we got home, we pretty much went right to bed, and on the way up, she drunkenly said, "Fuck that guy," and pointed a lazy hand at the stain on the wall. That night I had a very strange dream. I dreamed I was trying to scrub the stain off the wall, just like I had a few days ago, but this time I was scrubbing in the dark. Moonlight was just barely seeping through the window and illuminating the outline of the stain, which looked more like a man than it ever had before. It loomed over me as I crouched there on the stairs. But then something weird happened. The wall underneath the stain turned mushy, like oatmeal, and gave way to my hand. My arm went right through the drywall. When I pulled it out, there was a faint light coming through the hole. I pushed more and more of the squishy wall away. It crumbled and plopped onto the floor onto the other side. At last, I cleared a hole big enough to squeeze through. It led to a familiar place. I realized where I was the second I stepped in. It was freezing cold, even in the dream. I was in the cellar of the cabin where I'd found all those jars and that air, where I'd found the pieces needed to make more dream catchers. I felt instantly afraid and turned around to go back and feel like I understood everything better, but before I could see what it was, I was woken up by Faye. We were still in bed. She was sitting up against the pillows, running her fingers across my neck and back. She was looking down at me, smiling, but her hair was dangling in such a way that it obscured her face a little, and the moon lit her up from the window behind her, so she looked different. I recognized my fiance's hair and body, but her face looked old and weathered, like an old man's. At that point, I noticed her hand felt different too. It was rough and heavy, like a guy's. It took me a second to realize she was probably asleep, so I sat still and just watched her. After a few moments of this, she abruptly got out of bed and walked to the door, mumbling to herself about that sound again. I followed her quietly, wondering what she'd do. She walked through the hall, never searching for the light switch, and stood at the top of the stairs. She started arguing with something down there in the dark, like when a couple is bickering in public but they're trying to hide it. And she said, "You need to leave. You need to get the fuck out of here and never come back. I don't know any of them. I don't know anybody. Is that you? Who's with you? Who's making all that noise? You just gotta stand down there and call my name all night. Well, why don't you come up here then? You think I don't know what you're doing?" The last thing she said was, "We don't know. Leave us alone." She shouted it so loud it took me off guard and momentarily paralyzed me with fear. I rushed over and grabbed her before she could fall down the stairs. She told me to get off of her and that she didn't need help, then brushed past me toward the bedroom. Along the way, she vomited. Ugh. I got to spend another hour trying to clean that up while she slept soundly. And guess what? New stain. What the heck? It wasn't until writing this that I realized the stain had been making its way closer and closer to the bedroom. This morning before work, I talked to Faye about what happened. She had no recollection of any of it, including barfing up our expensive dinner, but she did say she heard several voices outside of the house early this morning. She said there was a child calling out. Where is she? Where is she? And a man grumbling angrily, but she couldn't make out his words. She also said I was talking in my sleep this morning, which is something I almost never do. Faye agreed to seeing the doctor again because of the vomiting and mentioned to me after reading the Reddit comments that hypnotism might be a good thing to try. So we are looking for one in our town. More on that if anything develops. Also, her older sister Becca is going to come to town in a few days to visit us and see how things are going. In other news, Nathan is still not returning my calls, so I might try the Ranger tonight. I also want to let you all know that it's finals week, both for me as a graduate student and for the undergrad students that I teach. I might not be able to update every other day like I usually do. If I'm missing for a day or two extra, don't be alarmed. I'm keeping a close watch on Faye. And one more thing. Today at lunch I put my head down in my office and drifted off for a few minutes. This is unusual for me because I'm an insomniac and do not take naps ever. But I had another dream. Excuse me. Tyway came to me. For those of you who don't know, Tyway was a Native American man who lived near Pikes Peak. He and his son Nathan blessed our cabin and helped Faye and me in our struggle last month. He died in the woods under mysterious circumstances during my last nights at the cabin. In the dream, I was looking out our bedroom window, and Tyway was standing at the tree line across the street. It was really him, not the creature that did an impersonation of him. He was pointing into the forest. I think I'm supposed to go in there, but I don't know whether I can trust my own dreams anymore. That is where the imposter hides. Edit. I literally just got back to work 30 minutes ago and got a call from Faye's boss. I'm on their emergency contact list. They sent her home for behaving erratically. I'm on my way home now. Boom. The end. I'm creeped out a bit. That one was creepy too. Not as creepy as some of the others. But let me know what you guys thought of that. I personally do not think something sketchy is happening to the narrator. I don't know. I'm getting the sense that maybe we shouldn't have believed him at all. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think Faye did at work? Who knows? Let's hope there's no more vomit. But other enjoyed this video and some of the triggers that I incorporated throughout. If you did and you want to see more, please subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Alright, I will see you all very soon.